Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together.
There's honestly so many options you could have done for this intro.
It was a real tough choice.
As you wish. My name is Iñigo Montoya.
I should have done the whole monologue. You know? Listen, I went with my heart. Okay?
And that, honestly, I should have expected that from you. It was perfect. So, to those of you who don't know, we are talking about The Princess Bride today. Super excited. And we have a very special guest with us today, Kendall Payne. Kendall, welcome.
Hey, sup, sluts. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes, you are allowed to say whatever you want.
It's okay because it's true.
I'm just gonna storm off in outrage.
I don't know you guys at all, and my first addressing of you was that you're sluts.
I like the confidence.
It's honestly weird because you didn't know, but then you knew. Like you saw into our souls. I say that as Leigh is like the most
fully monogamous.
Yeah,
I could see that in
But
her.
that's why it means so much to me. No one ever calls me a slut.
Been called a slut in your whole life?
Knew what my soul needed. Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of types of slut. You could be a monogamous slut, and that is sort of. My friends in college, I used to call them monogamous whores because they would just get into these relationships over and over again. I was like, you're being a whore for monogamy, and it's gross, and I hate you.
That would have been me. That I would have been that friend.
That is.
That's fair.
Definitely.
So you're a monogamous slut, and that's okay.
That's okay. Also.
I just derailed this whole podcast in seconds.
This has set the scene for what's going to be a great episode. For those of you listening, we want to tell you who Kendall is.
Please.
Kendall Payne is a queer filmmaker and stand-up comedian based in Brooklyn, New York. Kendall, I think you were recommended to us by Carolyn from Dyking Out.
Oh, love Carolyn.
So super excited about that. If Carolyn says you're great, then of course you're going to be great.
A recommendation we trust.
Yes.
So true. I've been to Carolyn's house upstate. We're actually kind of good friends, to be honest with you. So if she didn't give me a glowing recommendation, that would be actually sort of a...
Yeah, we'll tell you the real deets afterwards, you know?
Yes. But you also have a comedy show that you do monthly in New York as well, right?
I do, yeah, at Union Hall. It's called Slumber Party. It's on Instagram at Slumber Party NYC. I host that with Jess Henderson, who's also a stand-up comedian in Brooklyn. Both of us have been on Dyking Out many a times, so yeah.
Well, we are super happy to have you here and let's hang out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
To talk about an absolute classic. I feel like we say that jokingly,
but this is like the classic to end all classics.
But this is so real. Like, what a iconic classic film, The Princess Bride.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time. And up until today, I always thought of course The Princess Bride doesn't pass the Bechdel test. But what I realized today was that there are two women in the whole film. Actually
excuse you.
No women in the film.
There's also the woman that screams at her during the dream.
Oh my God. Okay, wait.
My God.
That's just Leigh because
Repulsive.
She's a lesbian. She's a lesbian, and that's actually canon.
Do you think that's her fairy gay mother? Like in the dream, she's like, "You cannot marry this man. You must marry your lesbian lover."
Listen, who but a fairy gay mother would come out with Queen of Putrescence? Like, yes.
Literally, that is the gayest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
We will get to that. We have to do our IMDb synopsis first, but I definitely want to talk about that straight up hag. Like, yes.
Literally.
That is the definition of a hag.
Queer icon. Okay, our IMDb synopsis for anybody who's not familiar with The Princess Bride, God help you, is as follows. While homesick in bed, a young boy's grandfather reads him the story of a farm boy turned pirate who encounters numerous obstacles, enemies, and allies in his quest to be reunited with his true love.
Perfect. What do we think about this synopsis? Do we feel like it's an accurate representation of the film?
It didn't do anything for me personally. It didn't, like, the movie is so emotional and so much more than like a grandfather telling a story. Like it's giving everything, and for me that synopsis gave nothing.
So do it
Well-
one better, Kendall. What would be your gay synopsis for this movie?
I mean, I feel like if I had to like go with like, if I had to like turn this movie gay sort of in general, I'd be like, okay, 3 dykes. Like, first of all, Fezzik, Iñigo, and what's the other guy's name? Vicini.
Yeah.
Vicini?
Yes.
The 3 of them would be dykes for
Yes.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're just like a gaggle of dykes, right? So like
Mhm.
a gaggle of dykes kidnaps Princess Buttercup, who is closeted but about to marry a prince. And they kidnap her, but it's actually like plot twist, she wants to be kidnapped. And she's here for it. And then her ex-lover comes and sort of causes a lot of drama and chaos, sapphic chaos, if you will. And you know, I think it would just sort of spiral like downhill as you wish from there.
As you wish. When